So in the last video, what we have done is we have created this objects, which is your string, which has a value called as Navin. And then you have this object of file, which is F. Then we have created object of file output stream and data output stream. Why we require these objects? So to store data, we need to specify where you want to store data. So this is the file. Now you can specify this file with the help of file object. Then in order to store data in a file, we need to create object of file output stream, which means it will store your data in a file. Now what you want to store? You want to store a data, right? So we need to convert that data into some format. So you can use something called a data output stream, and you can specify the format which we can specify the format which is a stream format, which is output stream format. Now this DOS has a method called as write, which is a method called as write, and in this it needs a byte array. So in order to convert your string into a byte array, you need to use a method called as getBytes. Now let's run this file. So if I say right click, run as application, you can see there's no error. That means we are getting some output, or we have done something here. Now you will say I have not created this file demo.txt, right? But this file class, if it will check if there is a file which is demo.txt, then it will use that file. If this file is absent, it will create that file. Now you will ask where this file is created. So this file will be created in your project folder. So let's switch back to your project folder. So this is the project folder we are working in. And in this, so when you go to SRC folder, you will see all your codes here. So all your Java files here. And somewhere here, you will be having a file which is called as demo. So this file is created by us, and you can see this is timing. Now if I open this, you can see the data is Navin, right? So this is how you can store data into a file. But now if you can observe, we have converted your string into bytes. What if you can directly store that string? So in order to store that data into a string, instead of using write method, we can use a method called as write UTF. So UTF is a format in which you can store data. Now instead of using, so whenever you use UTF, it will ask you for a string value. So you can simply pass S. So instead of using s.getBytes, you can pass a string which will be stored in this UTF. So let me save this file. If I run it again, so if I say run as application, let's switch back to our window. And in this, you can see if I open this demo now, you can see there's a Navin, and there is a, what you can say, a delimiter, which will specify that this is a new record. Okay. Now what if I insert two records? Let me create one more. We'll say string s1 equal to, in this I will say my surname, which is Reddy, and colon, and let me go here, we'll say dos dot write utf, say write utf, and in this I will pass the object which is again s1 this time. And let me run this again. So if I say run as application, let's go to that file, let's open this. Okay, now you can see it's something very weird. It's because Notepad doesn't support that format. So let's open this with a WordPad. Okay, now you can see we have two records, and both the records is separated with this line, which means it's a new record. Clear? So this is how we need to use a file output stream and data output stream object in order to store that data. But what if I want to fetch that data? For that, we'll use some different classes and different way, and that we'll discuss in the next part.